Enhancing sampling techniques for reliable results. Sampling is the process of selecting a subset of individuals or items from a larger population in order to make inferences about the population as a whole. The selected subset is known as a sample. Sampling is used to make predictions or inferences about a population without having to measure or observe every single individual in that population. This makes it possible to obtain information about a large group quickly and efficiently. For example, if a company wants to know the opinions of its customers, it would be impractical to survey every single customer. Instead, a sample of customers can be surveyed to obtain an estimate of the overall opinion of the entire customer base. Advantages. Sampling is less time-consuming and less expensive than measuring or observing every individual in a population. Sampling can be more accurate than measuring every individual, especially if the sample is chosen randomly. Sampling can provide a more diverse representation of a population than measuring or observing every individual, since it is possible to choose individuals from different subgroups within the population. Disadvantages. Sampling can be biased if the sample is not representative of the population. Sampling requires careful planning and execution to ensure that the sample is truly representative and unbiased. Sampling may not provide as much detailed information about individual cases as measuring or observing every individual in a population. The reliability of sample results depends on the quality of the sampling process. If the sample is selected randomly and is representative of the population, the results are more likely to be reliable. However, if the sample is biased or not representative of the population, the results may not be reliable. To improve sampling procedures, it is important to use random sampling techniques to ensure that every individual in the population has an equal chance of being selected for the sample. Use a sufficiently large sample size to increase the accuracy of the results. Ensure that the sample is representative of the population by using stratified sampling techniques or by choosing individuals from different subgroups within the population. Consider the potential sources of bias in the sampling process, such as non-response bias or selection bias, and take steps to minimize them. For example, if a researcher wants to study the health outcomes of a particular population, they could use random sampling to select a sample of individuals from different age groups, genders, and socioeconomic backgrounds. This would help ensure that the sample is representative of the population and that the results are more likely to be reliable. Additionally, the researcher could take steps to minimize a non-response bias by following up with individuals who do not respond to the initial survey or by using incentives to encourage participation.